Vanderpump Rules Season 10 is chock full of signs of Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss' affair behind Ariana Madix's back, and with even more details coming to light, some are tough to miss. Tom and Ariana's relationship had been rocky before his affair with Raquel, but it was nothing that Ariana didn't feel they could overcome. Having been together for nearly a decade, Tom and Ariana had dealt with issues in the past, and she has spoken about them both feeling hopeful for their future. Tom, on the other hand, has crafted a narrative about their relationship that paints him as a victim of their relationship to justify his actions. As more information has come out about Sandoval, the news surrounding the Vanderpump Rules cast members have been leading many to go back through the earlier episodes of the season to assess what was truly happening. While Tom and Ariana were still publicly in a relationship, throughout Vanderpump Rules Season 10, Tom and Raquel's affair was heating up. Throughout the season, Raquel's potential relationship with Tom Schwartz was pushed as a storyline, despite both parties explaining their attraction was surface level. Now, watching the two try and forge some connection while covering up the affair between Tom and Raquel only feels like the tip of the Sandoval iceberg. Tom Ariana were still publicly together while Tom has tried to craft the story that he tried to break up with Ariana on multiple occasions. The pair were still publicly together throughout his affair and when the news of Sandoval broke. Tom has stated several times that he felt he and Ariana were in a performative relationship, even having spoken to the Vanderpump Rules production team about how they weren't showing the cameras everything. Ariana has continuously refuted Tom's claims that their relationship was merely for show. She has shared with the press and Vanderpump Rules production that she and Tom were seeking help to work through issues but has made it clear they were together. Their Valentine's Day dinner initially seemed like a double date on Valentine's Day 2023. Tom and Ariana shared a dinner at Schwartz Sandy's that they both documented on Instagram. While their dinner was likely meant to be alone, they were joined by several friends, including Raquel and Schwartz, along with others. Tom and Ariana have publicly commented on the evening, Tom in an interview with Howie Mandel and Ariana on the Call Her Daddy podcast. While Tom explained that he was hoping to break up with Ariana after their dinner together on Valentine's Day, it looks like the meal became more of a group event where he could spend time with his girlfriend and his mistress. Tom allegedly told Raquel to ask to join in on the Valentine's Day dinner according to Ariana's close friend Brad Kearns, who appeared on the Bile Files podcast with Nick Bile to discuss all things Sandoval. It's believed that Tom asked Raquel to fish for an invitation to Valentine's dinner. While Brad was already set to spend time with Tom and Ariana that evening, Raquel wasn't part of the original plan. When she asked Brad what he was up to, he mentioned stopping by Schwartz Sandy's to see Tom and Ariana and explained that Raquel invited herself along. No one thought anything of the inclusion, mostly because of how close Raquel had become with Ariana. Raquel was aware of how deceitful she was being, though Raquel has tried to play the innocent act throughout the fallout of Sandoval. There's very little chance she isn't aware of how deceitful she was during this time. Even though Tom seemed to be weaving some elaborate lies to keep Raquel feeling like she wasn't hurting anybody, she wasn't completely inept at the time. Raquel had an understanding, on a baseline level, that what she was doing was incredibly wrong. She explained during the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 reunion that she now understands how deceitful she was at the time, but there's no way that's a new revelation. Tom was being romantic with Ariana during their Valentine's dinner. When Tom said he was planning to break up with his long-term partner, He was also being openly romantic with Ariana and trying to remind her of their past. Both Tom and Ariana have confirmed that Tom brought a bottle of wine from Napa Valley that the pair had bought on their first trip together. While Ariana felt Tom was trying to make a sweet gesture, it seems like the intentions behind it weren't innocent. Tom may have been trying to remind Ariana of their best times together, or he may have been trying to soften the blow of the breakup he was planning. 5. Tom didn't go to Florida when Ariana's grandmother passed away. Ariana spent Vanderpump Rules Season 10 in some emotional turmoil, having dealt with the death of her beloved dog Charlotte early in the season and then later, the passing of her grandmother. While Ariana was open about the emotions she was going through, it was clear that she wasn't doing well after either event. Ariana's grandmother passed away around Labor Day weekend 2023, and while she traveled home to Florida to be with her family, Tom stayed behind in Los Angeles. Rather than supporting her through a difficult time, Tom chose to stay behind and spend time with Raquel. 4. Ariana was trying to prioritize Tom. Though it was clear that Ariana and Tom were having problems, Ariana was doing her best to prioritize and support Tom throughout Vanderpump Rules Season 10. Regardless of who was taking issue with him or what had done, Ariana was quick to support Tom in any argument and stand up for him. During her appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Ariana confirmed that she and Tom were also seeking outside help for their issues, individually and together, and that they were often checking in with each other emotionally. Instead of the performative relationship Tom wants to present, it's clear that the two were still trying. 3. Raquel was still publicly using Tom Schwartz throughout Vanderpump Rules Season 10. Raquel and Schwartz were being pushed together by various cast members on the show. After Schwartz's divorce from Katie Maloney, he was newly single, and Raquel claimed she found him interesting early in the season. Sheena Shea was shown in several episodes trying to orchestrate getting Schwartz and Raquel together, and during her wedding reception in Mexico, the two kissed despite knowing it was against Katie's wishes. Raquel, who was already sleeping with Tom by Sheena's wedding, was publicly talking about how much she liked Schwartz, trying to use him to cover the affair, create jealousy, or possibly both. 2. Tom and Ariana were privately attending therapy. Though Tom has done his best to create a false narrative about the state of his relationship with Ariana, they have both spoken about how they were attending individual and couples therapy before the news of Scandal broke. They weren't speaking publicly about it yet because they were both having a hard time with it, but according to Ariana, Tom had wanted to see a counselor together after Ariana started therapy during the pandemic. She explained there were several times in couples therapy when she felt like they could be breaking up, but Tom was adamant that they weren't, and they continued their relationship. 1. Ariana and Tom were fighting on Valentine's Day night after their Valentine's dinner was crashed. Tom and Ariana proceeded to drink with their friends and then go home. According to Ariana, the two hadn't been spending as much time together before Valentine's Day and were excited about the night but wound up getting into a fight that felt fueled by alcohol. After having a difficult fight, Ariana said it felt like they would need to talk about their argument more and did so in therapy. Tom, in other appearances and on Vanderpump Rules, explained that while Ariana felt it was part of a longer conversation, his intentions with their fight on Valentine's Day were to break up.
Meant for joy.